What's up, guys? If you want to design custom sweet boxes like these, then this tutorial is just for you. Throughout this process, I am going to break down the exact formulas and calculations that I have used. I will also share my personal experience, the mistakes I made, and the theory that actually works when it comes to structural design. Some days back, I was inspired by this self locking sweetbox design and became obsessed with figuring out the engineering behind it. I went through a lot of trial and error before landing on the calculations that finally worked for me perfectly. My goal was to create designs that fit efficiently on a standard A4 size paper. So I developed these three variations. I specifically chose these three samples to test whether my formula works across different dimensions. I wanted to confirm that the theory that I figured out works across different sizes. So, in the first part of this tutorial, we will jump into CorelDRAW and see how to design them from scratch. Then I will show you exactly how to cut, score and assemble them manually for a professional finish. Okay, now let us start the drawing or and the designing process of the sweet box or the pastry box. To draw or design any sweet box or the pastry box, you will primarily need these three basic inputs, that is the length, width and the height of the box. Based on these three inputs, all the other aspects of the sweet box will be calculated. So these inputs are very important. Now let us start designing the first sample. The length of the box will be 100 mm, the width will be 80 mm, and the height will be 40 mm, as you can see. Now let us have a closer look of this sweet box. Now if you open this, you can recognize its different parts. See, this one is the top portion and this one is the front portion and these are the sides, okay, and this is the back portion and this is the bottom. So now if you have a closer look here, you can understand that there is an inside portion here and this is not exactly the same height as the entire height. Okay, so this measurement should be calculated. I'll tell you how to calculate this in a moment. So now if you unfold this sweet box, it will appear like this. Okay, and this portion will become the top portion and this is the back, bottom, front and the side portions. Okay, these will be the side portions as you can see. So now let us start to draw the die line or the key line for this sweet box. All right, now before we draw, I recommend that you select millimeters for the units of measure. Okay, so now let us start from drawing this rectangles first. Okay, so let us take the rectangle tool. So now let us see what is the measurement for the front side. See, the front side can be calculated, I mean it is the combination of the length and the height. Okay, length and the height. So the length is 100 mm and the height will be 40 mm. So we will set the width here for 100 mm and the height for 40 mm. Now the bottom part is the combination of the length and the width. Okay, so we will just copy this rectangle that we created previously and then align it together. So you have to hold the node, grab this node and place it on this node of the top rectangle, I mean the front rectangle. So now let us increase the width, I mean this portion. So you can do that by specifying the measurement here. So the width is 80 mm. So let us type 80 mm. I think we have to realign it again like this. Now the back portion. For the back portion, we will simply copy the first rectangle because all the measurements are same. Okay, and then we will align it. For the top portion, we will copy this rectangle. Okay, and then align it here. So now we have constructed this portion. Now these two sides, what you are saying is nothing but the inside portion of the sweet box. Actually, this is not the complete height, as you can see. Okay, so now how this is calculated? See, there is a formula. Now this measurement can be derived from the height. Okay, it will be 50% plus 25%. How I will tell you. See, now here you can see the slot or the cavity. Now 50% of the height means half of this, and that will be from here till the slot. So this is 50%, and another 25%, that is after the slot till here, this portion. So totally it will be 50% plus 25%. So let's come back here. Let us duplicate this. Okay, so this has the height. So this is the height. The height is 40 mm. So we will just reduce the height to 50%. So how do we do that? We will simply drag this and till the center like this. So it becomes 50%. Now we will rotate this. Rotate this by 90 degree. And then you can place it here. Okay. Now I think you will need to construct this portion first. Okay. So this portion means the one which has this slot or the cavity. So let us adjust the length here, sorry, the width here. So we have got it till the slot. Now let us duplicate this another time and then reduce it to another 50%, means 50% plus 25%. So now we will keep this here. So this side is calculated like this. It is totally 75% of the height. Okay, so you can do it in two steps, like duplicate this, reduce it to 50%, and again reduce it to another 25%, so that we will get this slot position. Now let us cross check this theory. Let us check whether what we created is correct or not. Let us select these two rectangles and see the combined measurement, that is 30 mm right now, as you can see. So 30 mm is nothing but 75% of the height. The height is 40 mm. Let's use a calculator and see. Okay, so 40 mm multiplied by 75% is 30 mm. Okay, so this formula works. Now we will have to identify how much is the measurement for this slot. Okay, and also we will have to construct this locking thumb flap. So we will do both in one single step. Okay, so to do that we will have to construct a rectangle here. Okay, so we will do that by duplicating this one and then aligning it here like this and reducing the size like this. See, please note that here the object snap plays a major role in helping you aligning and resizing the objects to the perfect size. Okay, I am not just doing that just by some vague calculations. So while reducing, I am touching this edge so that it gets the width or the height of this measurement exactly. Okay, now once you construct this rectangle, you will have to rotate it. Okay, how do you do that? You just click on this center, you get this arrows. Okay, and you have to bring this pivot here. Okay, and then rotate it like this. So while doing it, hold down the control button. Okay, so we have rotated that rectangle here. Now to calculate this distance, no, you will have to create a line here, a angled line for 50 degree. Okay, so the 50 degree means from here till here it should be 50 degree. Now you can take the freehand tool and construct a straight line like this, and then rotate it by 40 degree. Why 40? I'll tell you. See, in CorelDRAW, the calculation starts from here like this, anti-clockwise. So from 180 degree, it will come down 40 degrees like this. So we will keep this here. See, this line I created for a approximate length. Okay, it need not be exact. Okay, so now if you take the angular dimension tool and measure the angle, you can see that it will be perfectly 50 degree and 40 degree from this side. Okay, you can see that it is 40 from here till here, and here till here it is 50 degree. Now once after you construct this, let me delete this one. See, once after you construct this line for 50 degree, now the next step is to calculate the radius of this thumb. Okay, here you can see the quarter portion of the circle. Okay, here, so that acts as the thumb. So now we can get the radius from this measurement, from this intersection to this point. So you simply take a line tool and click from this intersection to this intersection. Now this is going to be the radius for this circle we are going to create. So you create a circle, and then you can copy the measurement of this line, that is the radius. I'll copy this. Okay, I'll copy this, and then we can select the circle and then paste it in both height and width. And you cannot just simply paste it, you will have to multiply that by 2, because in CorelDRAW you cannot specify the radius directly, you will have to specify the diameter. That's why radius multiplied by 2. Okay, in both height and width, radius multiplied by 2. So this is the perfect circle. Now you can grab by this quadrant and bring it here and place it exactly on the intersection. So now we have constructed this thumb flap. Okay, so now carefully select these 3 items, the circle, the line, and this rectangle, and bring out here. Okay, now you can use a tool like virtual segment delete and delete all the unwanted portions like this. You can zoom it until you see all the elements and carefully delete all the unwanted things. Okay, you should not leave anything. Now after you do that, you should be left only with this figure. Now select this completely, I mean all elements, and then click on create boundary. So this will combine all the individual lines into one single element. Okay, now you can delete all of this, and you can grab this and you can bring it here and place it here. Now you can duplicate this, mirror it vertically, and then place it here like this. Now you can delete this rectangle. This rectangle is not required anymore. Instead, what we can do is we can combine this rectangle and this rectangle together. So I'll select both and click on weld. Okay, now the distance of this slot will be from here till here plus extra measurement. So now we will create a line from here till here. Okay. At this point, you might ask a question, why should we increase the slot's length? Actually, there are a couple of reasons for doing this. The first reason is this, that what line we just created is not the actual slot's length. The second reason is this, that providing extra length facilitates the clearance or the tolerance, so that when you push this flap inside the slot, the paper tearing will not happen. Okay, so now the question is how to find out the actual length of the slot. There is a formula for this. So first thing is this, that you have to find out the maximum interference zone or the apex of the rotation. Now you might ask, what is this? Okay, let me practically show you and explain. So here you can see the sweet box in my hand. So now when you rotate this, fold this flap and insert this into the slot, it locks. Okay, so technically what you are doing is you are rotating this flap by 90 degree on this pivot. This is the pivot point. Okay, and you are rotating it by 90 degree like this. So during this activity, a tip of this arc touches this slot's position, and that intersection is called the apex of the rotation or the maximum interference zone. So now how to find it out, I'll show you on the computer. Let us go to the computer screen. Now, before I show you how to determine the apex of the rotation, I will want you to copy this line and keep it here. Okay, why? Because this line is required to create the side panel, side flap of this top panel. So click and select this line, and then just move it. While moving, you can hold on the shift key and make a right click. Then you will have to center this line with this panel. So select them both. Okay, and then type E on your keyboard. Okay, now the next step is to rotate these two flaps by 60 degree like I have shown here. Okay, so the 60 degree means from this edge and this edge. Okay, you can do that by just selecting this and making one more click, and when you see these arrows you can just drag them. Okay, and before you do that, make sure that this pivot is set on this node. Okay, if it is in the center, just drag it and place it on this node, and then while you rotate it, make sure that you hold the control button on your keyboard so that it helps rotate the object in 15-degree increments. So let us do that for this as well. Okay, now we have rotated. So let us cross check whether this is in perfect 60 degree. So let us take the angular dimension tool and measure the angle. This is in 60 degree. Let us measure this also. Okay, this is also 60 degree, as you can see. Now what is the next step? The next step is to extend this line. Okay, and you have to extend this line, and you will have to cross this arc of the flap like this. You will have to extend it like this. Okay, and take the virtual segment delete tool and delete this extra projection. Okay, so now if you ask, are we finished? Okay, no, not yet. So we have just now determined the actual slot length, but we are not done yet. The next thing is you will have to reduce this measurement a little bit. See, in my case, I have reduced it to 2 mm. 1 mm on either side. Why, I will tell you. So if you want a slightly tight fit and a professional fit, you will have to reduce it a little bit. Okay, so here you might have to make a little trial and error. Okay, for the best fit. Okay, for me, the sweet spot was reducing it to 2 mm. Okay, so we will just select this line and then click here and type -2. Okay, so further this tolerance depends upon the paper thickness also. So in my case the paper thickness is 300 gsm. So when I measured it was close to 0.3 mm. Okay, now let us proceed. So now we will just rotate this flap back to 90° like this. Okay, we will now copy this set of things exactly this side. So we will select them all, just duplicate it like this and then flip it. Okay, mirror it and then align it like this. Okay, so we are done with this much of portion. So now let us move on to the down, and this time we will have to see how to create this side flap. Okay, so if you have a closer look here, there is an angle cut here. Why there is an angle cut? Actually, when there is a arc and a straight line meeting together, there needs to be extra tolerance, extra gap. So why, I'll tell you. Let me just demonstrate it for you. So if imagine there is a circle, I mean a arc and a line closely touching each other like this. So then you can visually see that there is no gap, and the smooth folding will not happen, and also there is the cutting will also not happen properly. So that's why when a arc and a line meets like this, at that point you might need a angle cut like this. So in my case, this angle cut can be created like this. Okay, you have to take a rectangle, a small piece of square, form a small piece of square, and let us say in our case I have used 3 mm for this. Okay, type 3 for both height and width. Okay, and you can keep it here. Then create a line, take the freehand tool and create a line from this point to this point diagonally. Then you can delete this square. Actually, when I observed with other pastry boxes or the sweet boxes, no, this angle size varies depending on the overall size. So for this size, I think this 3 mm is enough. I mean, this I'm talking about the measurement of the width and the height of the square, small square we just created. Okay, it was 3 mm by 3 mm. So here is the angle line we created. After that, there is one more thing you have to do. The thing is, you will have to move this line what we copied in the previous steps a little this side, on the right side. Why? Because this side flap should not exactly collide with this slot. Okay, for that purpose we will have to move this a little away from it. So a little away to the right side. Okay, so now to do that, just deselect all items and you see the property bar here, and here you can set the nudge distance to 2 mm. Okay, so setting this to 2 mm will move the objects 2 mm when you use the arrow key. So after that you select this line and use your right arrow key, so this will move 2 mm towards right. Okay, so let us cross check. So I'll just copy this line here, so you can see that it is 2 mm away from this slot. Okay, so now we have this. After that you will have to make one more copy of this line this side on the left side. So let us copy this. Okay, so after copying you will have to align this line uh, with left side to this one. So let us select these two things and press L on our keyboard. Okay, this will align left to the all elements on the left side. Okay, now you will have to reduce the size of this, okay, to make it a little narrower like this. Okay, how much? Okay, in my case I reduced it 4 mm overall, from the overall measurement. So I can click here and then type -4. Okay, now you will have to align this vertically center to this panel. So select them both and type E on your keyboard. Now let us join this point and this point and this point and this point. Then you can delete this line, it's not required. Now you'll have to learn how to create this arc. Okay, that we will do in a very easy step. Okay, there is a very easy formula. What you can do is you can take the rectangle tool and create a rectangle from this point and this point. Okay, then you can just draw a circle. Okay, and then you can get the radius from this square. Actually, select the square and observe what is the measurement and take the higher measurement. Now the width is more, I think height is less, so take the higher measurement, whichever. So now in our case 15 is higher than this one. Okay, we will just copy this and then click and select this circle. Now paste it here, and after that type multiply by 2. Why? Because we in CorelDRAW you cannot specify the radius directly. So multiply by 2 means it is the diameter. So we will paste it in the height as well and multiply it by 2. Now you can press the enter key. So this is the measurement of the circle we required. Now you can grab this quadrant and place it here. Okay, next we will have to create a box here as well. Just take the rectangle tool and create the box here. Then this time the greater measurement is 18 mm. Okay, we will just copy this. Okay, now duplicate this circle and paste it here, multiplied by 2 mm. For the height also multiplied by 2 mm. Sorry, I'll have to paste it, multiplied by 2 mm. Okay, now we'll grab this quadrant and place it here. So now the next step is you can delete these two squares, I mean the rectangles. Now you can take the virtual segment delete tool and delete the unwanted stuff. So I'll click here. See, if you see something like this, like if you see that the entire circle is getting erased, then you can undo it and then you can extend the length of this line. Okay, the line was not touching properly, that's why it was erasing completely. So how to extend this? See, you cannot just click and select like this and stretch it like this, so it won't extend in the same angle. To extend the length or lengthen this in the same angle, you have to grab this corner handle, okay, this one, and then drag it. As you can see, it is lengthened in the same direction, same angle. Okay, now we will do it for this as well. So in this case you have to grab the bottom one, this one, not the top one. Okay, bottom one, like this. See, for this one the top handle, and for this one the bottom handle. Okay, now you can take the virtual segment delete tool and delete the unwanted segments. Okay, now you can select all items, move it away, and then create a line from here till here. Okay, and select all items together and click on create boundary. Now you can bring this and place it here. Now you can delete these items. Now let us duplicate this, flip it horizontally, and align it here. So now the last thing is to construct the tuck flap. Okay, this one. Okay, so for this I actually tried different formulas like reducing 50%, 25%, everything. So later I came to a conclusion. So 40% of the height would be ideal. Okay, that's what I thought. So let us do that. Okay, right now the height is 40 mm. So 40% of the 40 mm. Okay, let us take the calculator. Now 40 multiplied by 40%. Okay, that will be 16 mm. Okay, so let us copy this panel. Okay, this has the height and length both. So we will copy this panel. So we'll reduce this to 16 mm. Okay, and let us align it here. And then this time creating the arc is very easy. So the height is 16 mm. So we will take that as the radius. Okay, so create a circle and type 16 for both height and width. Okay, oh sorry, it is 16 multiplied by 2. 16 multiplied by 2 for both. Okay, and then grab this quadrant, sorry, this quadrant, and place it here. Now copy this circle the other side and align this quadrant with this node. Now you can there is one more step. Okay, you will have to create this small projection. Okay, so this projection, no, it is optional. You may create it or you may not create it. That's no issue. So this is just for a design purpose. Okay, so in my case I have created it for 25 mm by 2 mm. Okay, so let us create a rectangle for 25 mm width and 2 mm height. Then we will align this, I'll grab by the midpoint and align with the midpoint. Now let us bring all these elements out, and then take the virtual segment delete tool and then click and erase the unwanted segments. Now let us select all items, click on create boundary. Then you can grab and align it with this node. Then delete this. Okay. Now I think we are done with the first sample design. Okay. Now let us see how to create the die line for the second sample. The length of the second sample will be 135 mm. The width will be 105 mm and the height will be 20 mm. Now to construct this die line for the sample 2, we will be adopting the same principles and theories that we have used for the sample 1. But there are two changes here. The first thing is the height of the tuck flap will be 70% of the height. The second thing is this one, the angled cut. For the sample 1, I had used a 3 mm by 3 mm square. Instead of that, I will be using a 2 mm by 2 mm square to create this angled cut for this second sample. Okay, so now let us start. So let us take the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle. Set the height for 20 mm and length for 135 mm. Now we will duplicate this and change the width. The width is 105 mm. Next we will align this. Now you can copy the top panel here and this panel below that. Okay. Now for the top flap. Okay. So as I told, the formula is 70%. Okay. So 20 multiplied by 70% is 14. So we will set the height for 14. Okay, we will place this here, and we will also create a smaller rectangle here for 25 mm width and 2 mm height, and we will align this here. So I'll grab the midpoint and align it with the midpoint of this rectangle. Now we'll have to create the radius here. So to do that, I'll use the circle, and the height is 14 mm. So that means 14 multiplied by 2, 14 multiplied by 2, and I'll grab this quadrant and align it here. Make a copy of this circle and align it here. Now we will take the virtual segment delete tool and delete all of this unwanted segments. Okay, I'll bring all of these items outside and click on create boundary, and then I'll place the newly created boundary here and delete these lines. Now we will create the side panel. Okay, that is this section. So this will be, as I told, it will be 75% of the height. So we will duplicate this panel which has the height. We will reduce it to 50%, make a copy, and then reduce it to another 50%. So totally 50% plus 25%. Okay, we will select them both and rotate it by 90 degree. Now we will bring this here and keep it here. Okay, so the combined measurement is 15 mm. So we will also have to create a square here. For that purpose, I'll just duplicate this, set the width to 15 mm. Okay, and place it here. Now we got the slot position here. We will rotate this. Okay, we will drag this pivot here and rotate it by 90 degree like this. Now you will have to construct a line for, if you can take any measurement, rotate this by 40 degree, grab this node and place this here, and then you can create a line here from this intersection to this intersection. Bring this line outside and copy the measurement. Okay, now you can create a circle and paste the measurement here, multiplied by 2. Paste multiplied by 2. Then you can grab this quadrant and keep it here. Now you can delete this line. Now you can bring this circle, this line, and this rectangle outside. Take the virtual segment delete tool and delete all the unwanted segments. Now select all of these items and click on create boundary. Now drag this boundary here. You can delete this. Now we can combine these two things together. Okay, these two rectangles together. We will select them both and click on weld. Now you can duplicate this, flip it vertically and keep it here. Next, we'll create a line from this point and this point. Now we will have to keep this here. Okay, bring this down and align it with this one. Oh, sorry, I'll have to make a copy. Okay, I'll drag this and make a right click. Okay, so one copy stays there as well. Now let me align this with this rectangle vertically center. Okay, now you'll have to rotate this by 60 degree, means here, like as I shown here, like this. Okay, rotate it, move the pivot here, hold on your control key and rotate it. Do the same thing for this one as well, this flap as well. Okay, now we will have to cross check the angle. Okay, this measures 60 degree, it's perfect. Let us cross check this as well. This is also 60 degree and it's perfect. Now the next step, you will have to extend this line so that it crosses this arc. We'll do the same thing here at the bottom. Now take the virtual segment delete tool and erase it. Erase the projection. Sorry, this one. The next step is you will have to reduce this by 2 mm. So click and select this. Click here, -2. Now you can rotate this back to its position. Rotate this as well. Now we can select all of these items together, make a copy, flip it horizontally and align it here. Now let's move to this section. Now you will have to duplicate this line, align it with this one left side, and then align this, reduce the height first. Reduce it to 4 mm, -4, and then align this with this one vertically center. Next, take the line tool, create a line from this node and this node, this node and this node. Now you can delete this line. Now construct a square for 2 mm by 2 mm, and you can place it here. Now draw a diagonal line like this from here till here. Then you can delete the square. Now construct a square from this point to this point. Take a circle, draw a circle, click and select this rectangle and observe which is the greater measurement. Now this is the greater measurement. Copy this, select the circle, paste it here, multiply it by 2. Again paste it here, multiply it by 2. Okay, now you can grab this and keep it here. Now we will create a square, a rectangle here as well. Duplicate this circle, select the square. Now pick the greater measurement. This time also the width is greater. We will copy this, select this circle, paste, multiplied by 12. Sorry, multiplied by 2. Paste, multiplied by 2. Now grab this quadrant, keep this here. Next, delete these two rectangles. Next step, increase the length of this angled line. You can hold on this handle and increase it, lengthen it, so that it crosses this circle like this. Then take the virtual segment delete tool, delete the unwanted stuff. Do the same thing here. Now select all items, move it somewhere else, create a line from this node and this node, select all items, click on create boundary. Now move the boundary here. Then you can delete these individual lines and arcs. Now we can copy this, mirror it horizontally, and you can align it. So this completes the construction of the second sample's die line. Alright, now let us see how to construct the die line for the third sweetbox sample. The thing is, there is a lot of changes in the design principles as compared to the other two samples. Actually, sample 1 and sample 2 has less similarities, but the sample 3, that is this one, has a lot of changes in the design principles. So I want you to closely observe and learn the techniques. Okay, and there is one more thing. While designing this, I had actually made a mistake. I was actually in a hurry to take the printout, so I did not observe much about this side flap. So it was after the cutout only I realized that this was not the actual length. But luckily I have one more copy, so I did not cut it out. So I have manually marked it perfectly like this. Okay, so at the end of the tutorial I will cut it out and show you the assembly of the final perfect model. Okay, so please observe carefully and learn. So now let us have a look at the length, width and height. The length of this sweet box will be 70 mm, width will be 50 mm and height will be 70 mm. So length and height are same, 70 mm. Okay, so let us start from constructing the rectangle first. Okay, so we'll start with the rectangle. The length and height are same, so we'll type 70 and 70 for both width and height. Now we will duplicate this rectangle and then simply change the width, that is 50 mm. Okay, we will type 50 here. Now I will keep this here. Then let us duplicate this rectangle, duplicate and align this rectangle also like this. Now for the flap, no, I will just copy this. Okay, the flap has a different theory. Actually the flap, no, one second, I'll show you. The flap is 15 mm height, that is a free size. Okay, there is no theory behind it. So it's a 15 mm, and this corner radius, no, as you can see, the corner radius does not happen from this point. Okay, it happens from here. Okay, so here I have used a 10 square. Okay, and a circle here placed on this point. Okay, so let us see how to do this. So we will reduce the height to 15 Okay, and we'll use a square for 10 Okay, 10 both height, width, sorry, length and width. So now we will duplicate it this side and then construct a circle for 20 diameter. Okay, 10 is the radius. Now grab by the center and keep it here. Grab by the center and align it here. Okay, this portion is okay. Now I wanted to change the design slightly. So I made a triangle like this. So let me show you the measurement. I first constructed a rectangle for 20 by 10 Then I constructed this, triangle. So let us construct the rectangle for 20 by 10. Then take the freehand tool. Construct a line from here till here and here till here. Okay. Now we can grab by the midpoint and align with this midpoint. Okay, now you can delete this rectangle, it's not required. Now take the virtual segment delete tool and erase all the unwanted segments. Okay, I think you can delete this rectangle, sorry, the square. Okay, now let us select all items and click on create boundary. Now place the boundary here. Now let's delete these items. Now let us see how to construct this side flap, I mean the locking flap. Okay, so for this now, there is actually a different theory. Okay, so now this is 50% of the width minus 2 that is, I'm talking about one side of the flap. Okay, the 50% of the width from the width I have taken. So this rectangle has the width. Okay, as you can observe here, you can notice which is length, which is height, and which is width. So this is the width. Okay, this one and this one has the width. Now we will copy this rectangle 50% of the width. So make this 50% and then minus 2. So we will have to reduce 2 So I'll click here and type minus 2. Okay, now we will grab this node and align it here. Now grab this, I mean duplicate it and align it here. So this is done. Now we will have to determine the distance of this slot from this edge. So for that now, so the slot distance will be like this. It is 25% of the height. Okay, so I have derived this from the height. So the height is available with this one. Okay, so we'll duplicate this and calculate 25%. Okay, let us take the calculator. So the height is 70 so 70 multiplied by 25%, so that will be 17.5. So We'll make this as 17.5. Okay, now we will grab this and align it here, and we will reduce this width. Okay, now we have got the slot position. Next, you'll have to create a line. Create a line for roughly any length, no problem. Rotate this for 40°. Okay, that means the angle, as I told you in with the other two samples, it will be 50° from here till here. Let us cross check. As you can see, it is 50°. Okay, as you can see, it is 50°. Okay, so um, this is perfect. Now we'll have to get the radius for the thumb. So take the freehand tool, construct a line from this intersection and this intersection. That will be the radius for the thumb, I mean the circle for the thumb. Okay, so we'll click this and copy the measurement. Select the circle, paste it, multiplied by 2, paste it, multiplied by 2. Okay, so we got the radius. Now let us place it here. Now you will have to carefully bring out this circle, this line, and this rectangle out, and then use the virtual segment delete tool and delete all the unwanted segments. Okay, now let us create the boundary. Selecting all the elements, click on this option, and we'll grab this node and align it here. Now we don't need this, let's delete it. And we also don't need this rectangle, we'll delete this one also, this one also. Now just duplicate this, flip this vertically, and keep this here. Okay, now the next thing is you'll have to draw the line from this point and this point. So that is the slot's position. So now the actual slot length can be determined by rotating this in 75° angle. In earlier two samples it was 60°. For this one it will be 75°. Okay, so we will have to rotate it like this. So let us move the pivot here and rotate it like this. Sorry, I forgot to set the pivot here. Okay, let us check the angle. So it is 75°, and this is also 75°. Okay, now you will have to extend this line so that it crosses this arc. Then use the virtual segment delete tool and delete the projection. So we have constructed the slot length perfectly. Now let us rotate this 90° and place it like this. Now the thing is this portion, no, I have a different formula for this. This is 75% of the height. Okay, so we will just duplicate this one. oh sorry, duplicate this one, and calculate what is 75% of the height. The height is 70. 70 multiplied by 75%, that is 52.5. Okay, so let us set 52.5. Now you can align this here. Now let us duplicate all of these, then flip this horizontally and place it here. Okay, now the next step is to construct the side flap. Okay, for the side flap now, here this angle will be same as the second sample, 2 mm by 2 mm. Okay, is 2 mm by 2 mm. So let us draw a square for 2 mm by 2 mm. Okay, let me cross check this. Okay, it is 2 mm by 2 mm only. Let's move this there. Now create an angled line from this node to this node and delete this square. Next, you'll have to bring this line here. Okay, so just copy this, bring it here, and align it center to this one. You can type E on your keyboard. Now the thing is, this needs to be moved a little this side. Okay, so we'll just select this and press the arrow key towards right. Okay, since we had already set the nudge distance to 2 mm, it will move 2 mm right. Now let me cross check here. Okay, is it in the same line or a different line? Okay, perfect. So it moves 2 mm this side. Okay, right. Now you'll need to create this arc. To do that, we'll create a rectangle here first, one here also. Okay, two rectangles. Now create a circle and then take the measurement from this rectangle. So you will have to take the greater measurement. So this time this is the greater measurement and paste it here, multiplied by 2. Paste it here, multiplied by 2. Now grab this quadrant and place it here. Let's duplicate the circle and check what is the measurement here. So this time it is this one, the greater measurement. Select this one, paste it, multiplied by 2, paste, multiplied by 2. Now let's grab this quadrant and keep this here. Now the next thing is, we will have to duplicate this line here. Okay, now this distance now, this distance will be total of the height, total height minus 50% of the slot distance. So 50% of the slot distance means I have see, there is no standard term, it is my own standard. Okay, so let us call this distance as slot distance. Okay, slot position distance from this point to, I mean, this edge to this edge. So 50% of this one. So right now this is 17.5 mm, 5 mm. Okay, let us measure. Okay, 1 second. So let us measure this from here till here. As you can see, it is 17.5 mm. Okay, so 50% of this will be 17.5 divided by 2 is 8.75. Okay, so see, um, the actual height, the complete height is 70 mm, minus 8.75 will be 61.25. I have rounded this to 62 mm. That's all. See, the thing is, the slot position is here. So the flap should go into this at least this much of distance. Okay, at least this much of distance. That's all. So that was my intention. Otherwise, there is nothing special. Now, let us, you know, create a line for 62 mm. 62 mm, and then align it here, okay, to the midpoint of this one. Then align this line here. Okay, now you will have to reduce the height of this line. For that, the theory is little different. It is minus 8 mm. Okay, so select this minus 8. Now let us grab all of this, okay, including this one, and keep this here somewhere. Now you can start to first let us delete this one. This line is not required, and you will have to construct a line from this node and this node, this node and this node. Okay, now you can delete this line. This is not required. This square also, this, I mean this rectangle also, both the rectangles. Now you have to increase the length of this so that it crosses the circle. Okay, remember the same theory. Use this handle, don't use other handles, so that it will lengthen in the same direction. Now you can take the virtual segment delete tool and delete all the unnecessary segments. Now I'll select all of this, create boundary, take this here, delete these items. Now let us duplicate this and align it here, and align this flap here, and duplicate this, flip it horizontally and align it here. So our design is complete, means the die line design is complete. Okay viewers, so far we saw how to construct the die lines for all the three sweet boxes, that is sample 1, sample 2 and sample 3. Now let us see how to design the front side design for these die lines. Okay, we will be doing this in a few steps. Like first you will need to generate this pattern. Okay, you will need to create this interlocking circles pattern, and on top of it we will be placing the shapes, images, text, etc. And we will also have to compare this with the die line, okay, and do the final adjustments. Okay, now first let us see how to create this interlocking circles pattern. So first take the circle tool and create a circle for 14 mm diameter. Okay, you will need to set both height and width as 14 mm. Then create a rectangle for 2 mm width and 20 mm height. Then you can duplicate this rectangle, rotate it by 90 degrees. Then select all these three elements and align it center vertically and horizontally both. Okay, then take the virtual segment delete tool and delete as I show. See, delete these segments, only these. Okay, then you can delete the rectangles. Next step, select all the elements and then go to object, click on break curve apart. The keyboard shortcut will be Ctrl plus K. Next step, duplicate these arcs. Okay, um, at least twice. Okay, so we need 3 copies totally. Now you will need to do as I do, like I will bring this and align it with this one. Next I will bring this and align it with this arc, and this one with this one, this one with this one. Okay, now the next step, you can bring this arc and align it with this one, bring this arc and align it with this one, then bring these two and align it like this. Okay, now you have two set of arc shapes. Okay, so you will need to group these both. Okay, first you select these set of arcs and press Ctrl G, and then select these set of arcs and press Ctrl G. Now you have two shape groups. Now select these two shape groups and center them horizontally and vertically like this. Next, select all and ungroup the shapes. Okay, you can press Ctrl U until it is ungrouped to its last level. Okay, now the next step is you will have to delete the outermost arcs like this. Okay, next thing, you can align the arcs as I show now. Okay, you can just bring this and align it like this, and select these two arcs, align it like this. Okay, now you can select these arcs all together and then duplicate it, flip it vertically, and then align it like this. So this forms our first set of interlocking circles. Okay, now we will be duplicating this horizontally and vertically to create this entire pattern. Before that, change the outline color. Okay, I have set the outline color to 40% gray. Okay, so you can do the same, or you can set the color as you prefer. Now let us group this together by pressing Ctrl G. Now I will move this somewhere here, and here no, you will need 12 copies across and 17 copies down. Okay, there are many ways to make multiple copies of this shape. One of the methods is you can go to Window, Dockers, and click on Transform. Now you can click on this shape, select the shape, and then in the Transform palette you can just click on the Position tab. Okay, there are many tabs here. Click on the Position tab, and then don't make any changes here, just select the direction. Okay, if you select this direction, the object will be copied towards the left. If you click this one, the object will be copied towards the right, like that. So this one will copy up and this will copy down. Okay, we will have to copy it horizontally and in this direction. Okay, so I will select this square, and for the number of copies, if you type 1 here and click on apply, it will make 1 copy. So if you keep on clicking apply button, it will make multiple copies like this. Otherwise you can specify the total number of items here. Like for example, I'll undo this. If you type 12 here and click on apply, it will make 12 copies all at once. Okay, now we will select all of these items and then click the bottom square here, and this time we need 17 copies, so we will type 17 here and click on apply. So now we have 12 copies across and 17 copies down. Okay, now let us zoom and then select all the interlocking circles shapes and then group it. I'll press Ctrl G. So we have created this pattern. Actually, I have created a shorts video where I have shown an alternate method, slightly alternate method to create this interlocking circles pattern. The link of that video is in the description. Okay, now we have created this pattern. Now let us select this and then we'll just cut this and paste it into a new file. Okay, so actually I had already placed the die lines in a new file, so let me place this one also here. Okay, so I'll paste it here. So let this be here. We will go back to this file. Okay, now the next step is we need these images. Okay, I have created these images using the CorelDRAW's inbuilt AI. Okay, let me close this and let us click on this option and click on create image. So here you get the AI. So here I have some prompts already you know experimented. So I will just copy and paste one of this and show you how it works. Okay, you can copy this prompt and paste it here. For example, let me copy this one, paste it here. Then you can select the aspect ratio that you want. So it is 1:1 or 5:4 or whatever. So right now I need a 1:1. Okay, a square image like this one. Then click on this tiny arrow here and then select the pop art. Okay, this will give you this kind of a flat colored image. Okay, it won't be a gradient. And anyway, I have also instructed the AI not to create a gradient image. Okay, so the instructions are here. Now let us click generate and see what happens. See, it has created a mandala image. Okay, lotus. See, in the prompt I have asked it to create simple lotus mandala outline 2D front view. Okay, black and white coloring page, symmetrical geometry with background isolated, minimalist line work. Okay, that's all. So this was the prompt. So I get this kind of image. So I tried this multiple times, and as you can see I have many results here. So finally I chose this one. Okay, this one for the I finalized this one. So later what I did is I just converted this into the vector. So initially this is in a image format. Okay, so you can convert this to a vector format by going to bitmaps and click on quick trace. So this will convert the image into a vector format. Now you can actually ungroup this object. Go to object, group and ungroup, and you can click on this one. So there is a background here. Okay, you can delete this, and you can see that all of these shapes are separate shapes. Okay, it's not like one flat image. Now you can select all of these shapes and group it. Okay, now this is the finalized image, sorry, vector art. Now we will cut this and paste it here. So we have this image here. Now the next thing is we need these sweets. Okay, for the sweets also, I mean sweet images. For this also I have some prompts here, ready-made prompts. Like I have asked to create photorealistic top-down view of a variety of assorted Indian sweets arranged on a simple white fluted paper plate. Included sweets will be two pieces of saffron kaju katli, diamond shape, two orange multicolor ladus, two yellow besan ladus, like that. So you can specify the things you want. Okay, now let us try this prompt. I'll paste it here. Okay, we have already written it is photorealistic, and the aspect ratio, let us keep this square only, and I will click here, and this time I will choose photorealistic because we need a realistic image. So we'll click on generate. So I got this kind of image. Okay, after some trial and errors I was able to get the exact top view like this one. Okay, so after that what I did was I actually cropped the image only up to this much. Okay, let me try another prompt and see what is the output. So this is another sample, and let us try the next one also. Okay, so I got these images. Okay, so if you want variations you can click on generate button once or twice. Okay, to get the variation, like let me hit generate once again and see what's the output. Okay, so there are always variations. So now I will do one thing. I will copy these images to the new sheet. Okay, so now we have the vector art and the sweet images. Okay, now we have to see how to align this. Okay, how to match this with the die line. Okay, the first thing is you will have to center this interlocking pattern. Okay, so first let us select this, and then on your keyboard you can type P. So that will center the artwork to the page. Okay, next we will have to arrange these elements. Okay, now before that you will have to copy paste this die line. Okay, then only we will have the reference. Okay, copy this and paste it in the page 2. make sure that it is centered to the page. So you will have to press the P after pasting. Okay, and remember, when you have the separate die line, no, this should also be aligned to the center of the page. So I have aligned all the die lines to the center of the page by pressing the P on the keyboard. Okay, so this will let us print back to back exactly. Okay, so now after this, see, this is just for a reference. Once we are done with all the work, no, we will delete this die line from here. Okay, so now you will have to arrange these items where you want. So let us do that. See, now there is a problem actually. When I try to click and select this lotus pattern, I'm not able to do that because CorelDRAW is treating this entire die line shape as one filled shape. So you will have to disable that option. So to do that, you can deselect all the objects by clicking outside, and then on the property bar there is an option. You have to turn this off. Treat all objects as filled. You have to turn off this one. So you have to click this and turn off. Now you can easily, select the objects behind this layer, behind the die line layer. Okay, so now uh, we can arrange this shapes one by one, shapes and images. The first is this one, I think. Let us refer what I have done here. I have placed this a lotus vector here. On top of it, I have placed a circle, and then my website's name in a circular this thing. Okay, so then I have placed my logo. So first, let us arrange this in the center. Okay, now this is the center. Let me increase the size a little. Okay, so you can do it as per your requirement. Now I will take a circle, arrange this also in the center. Now apply white fill for this one. Think a little reduction in size is required. Okay, like this, and then remove the outline fill by right clicking here. Now we need the text, circular text. So we'll take the text tool, and when you're near this circle, you can see this symbol. So when you see this I beam with a curvy line, so you can just click on the circle. So now you can type the text you want. Okay, now you will have to place it on the other side of this thing, and we also need a gap like this. We will make this bold. Okay, so approximately I have made like this only. Okay, I think I have rotated it. So you can rotate however you want. Now in the center, I think I have placed the logo. So let me click and select the logo. I think I have grouped this. I will copy the logo alone and I will paste this here. I will center this. Okay, I think the size is a little less. I think it should be 20, around 20 or 22 something. Okay, and I think the offset will just this, and we'll apply a slightly this kind. No. Okay, the first one was okay. So this was the way I placed the text. Okay. Now the next thing is I have placed a logo here. Okay, this icon or logo, whatever you can call. So this icon, you can get it by one second. Let me go back to this file. You can go to text and click on glyphs. Yeah, I'll close this AI stuff. Okay, and you can get it under the symbol Sego UI symbol. Okay, this is the font. So this font has many symbols you want, and I think this symbol is available somewhere here. Okay, it's here. You have to come all the way down. So if you are somewhere here, you have to come all the way down. Okay, and here the symbol is available. Just drag this here, and you can increase the size as per your requirement. And you can change the color to green. Generally, this symbol will be in green color. Now we'll just type a small text here. So keep your city clean. Okay, we'll type that here. We'll make this also green and reduce the size. Maybe this much. Keep it just below this. Okay, let us refer. Okay, this is okay. I think it should be little less. Reduce this 10. Okay, now the next step, I have placed this blue colored shape. Okay, this is nothing but the rectangle. Okay, so how I did, I simply took this rectangle tool and created a rectangle like this. Okay, little wider than the die line. Okay, so it need not be a exact size. Then I used the color picker to pick the color from my logo, and I used, one second, let me pull this out. There are too many shapes. I pick this, apply it. Now we'll keep this here and remove the outline fill. Now I have just moved it a little up. Okay, and let us send this back first. Object, order, back one. Okay, object, order, back one is control and page down. Okay, we have to send this to, I mean, to the back of the die line. Okay, down. Now I have simply moved it a little up. See, as you can see, there is a gap here. I think some 2 mm or 3 mm. I have moved it up. So let us click outside, set the nudge distance to 2 mm, and select this and use the up arrow key to move it. Okay, this is what I did. And now coming back, I have placed another rectangle here, and this time I think it's 3 mm. We'll copy this itself, keep this here, and we'll send this back. Control page down, page down, page, yes. Now we'll just move it up like this. Then a smaller rectangle here. I think the size should be around 12. Okay, now I'll duplicate this, send back, control page down, set the height to 12, and I'll keep somewhere here. Okay, let me check this. Okay, it's like that. Now after that, I have a white rectangle also here. Okay, because I did not want the pattern here, so I simply copied this rectangle, control page down, send it back, and set this to white color. You can increase this a little bit. Okay, like that. So there is one more thing you will need to do. See, if you place exactly, I mean, place this white rectangle exactly adjoining, no, sometimes there you can see a light difference between this color and this color. It's always better to send this white object behind this one and increase the size. Okay, now we'll have a look at the side. So here also I have placed a rectangle. Okay, and approximately it is 16 mm wide. Okay, let us copy this white rectangle, make this 16 mm wide. Okay, that's approximate. So you can just define your own standards. Okay, now you can stretch this out completely like this. Okay, now I'll have to send this down, control page down, page down, page down. Okay, it needs to be sent to back. Okay, I think, okay, this is okay. Let me increase this a little bit. Let us align this here to the edge exactly, and then move it 2 mm right side like this. So why I'm giving this kind of gaps, no? So this will act as a border. Okay, so and a combination of white and the pattern will look good. Okay, and next I think I have placed the text here. Okay, the text is this one. I'll copy this, use the text tool, paste it. Okay, I think it is font, I mean the size will be 12. I have set it to bold for the first line. See, in case if you are placing the text here, okay, this is the rear side. Okay, in that case you will have to mirror it vertically like this, vertically mirror, and you'll have to click on horizontally mirror also. Okay, click once, both vertical mirroring and horizontal mirroring. Then I have rotated it like this. So you can keep the text images wherever it necessary, but remember that it falls within this die line area. Okay, it should not go outside. Okay, whatever goes outside won't be printed, because we are going to exactly chop this at the die line. Now um, what is leftover? The leftover is the placement of this artwork. I mean the vector lotus. Okay, we'll have to make multiple copies of this. Keep this one here, and one here. Use the size a little bit. Keep this one here also. Now the thing is, you will have to send this back. So control page down. Back in the sense behind the die line. Page down, down. This time I am sending it behind these two shapes also. Okay. Now I think we need one more copy here. Copy here. Stretch it. Control page down. Okay. Now what is left? Okay, we need 1, 2, 3 more copies. So 3 more copies. 1. Okay. 2. And one more. Somewhere here, I think. Let's refer. Okay, it's one here, and one here. Okay. So I'm just showing. Okay, you can place the vector art images wherever you prefer. Okay. So that's to just give you an idea. So now control page down. Okay, to send this back. This also control page down. Next, let us place these images. Okay, so I think here I have placed the image with this bowl. Okay, and here too, and here I think I have removed the background. Luckily there is a background removal option within CorelDRAW. So actually you can select the image, go to bitmaps and click on remove background. So this will remove the background, then you can place the image where you want. So we will have to bring this front. So control page up. Okay, in this way you can bring the image up, and further you can place whatever text you want, like this thank you, etc. So I have simply used a custom shape and placed the text there. For the time being I'll copy this. Okay, copy and paste it. Okay, I've copied and pasted it here, and let us um, remove this background and see. Remove background. Okay, I think it is removing the complete plate itself. Okay, if you want the plate also, there is one trick you can do. That is, you can take the circle. Okay, and just make sure that you create a circle exactly around this plate, like this. So you'll have to zoom thoroughly, and okay, this little bit like that. Okay, I think it's perfect. Now we will click on this image, go to object, power clip, place inside frame, and click on this circle. Okay, okay, the image will move into the circle. So now let us remove the border for this circle. Now I'll keep this here. Let me increase the size. Okay, we'll have to send this back. the control page down until it goes back to the vector shapes also. So let me refer. It's up to you how you want, you can design, that's not a problem. So I'm just showing. Okay, so now we will keep this here. I think this looks good. We will leave this as it is. Okay, so the first we have designed the front page for the first die line. So once after you have designed this front page, you can delete this die line. So you have to delete this. Okay, so in case if you want to cross check, you can just copy this and paste it here. You can do it for cross checking. Okay, now let us rename the page. Okay, we will say we'll type sample1 front. Okay, now in a similar way, you will have to design the front page for the sample 2 and sample 3. Okay, now in a similar manner, I had designed the front page for sample 2 and sample 3. Now let us cross check from the beginning. So I'll just simply copy the die line and paste it here and show you. So this is sample 1. Okay, I'll delete this. Now I'll go to the sample 2, copy this and paste it, and this is sample 2. See, although they look similar, they are not same, they are just similar. I have just changed the placement of these elements in all the 3 designs. And let us see the third one. Okay, I'll copy this, paste it here, and this is the third one. Okay, so in this way you can make your own custom sweet box design. Now let us see how to cut it out and assemble. Okay, so let us go to the cutting mat. To cut out the sweet boxes, you will need a cutting mat, cutting blade, pen knife, paper creaser or paper scorer, and a metal scale. You can buy these online on Amazon or Flipkart. I have purchased them online and at local stores. The links of these items are in the description. Now let us see how to cut out, score and assemble the first sweet box sample. Now let us see how to cut out, score and assemble the second sweet box sample. Now let us see how to cut out, score and assemble the third sweet box sample. As you can see, I have manually drawn and extended the side flap and corrected the mistake. And here is the perfectly designed sample 3 which I am holding in my left hand. The first version has the problem with the flap, which I later realized and corrected manually, as you can see. Dear viewers, I have put a lot of efforts in creating these custom Sweetbox designs. Please let me know your opinions in the comments. Please also let me know if you have any formula to create sweet boxes and pastry boxes. And do not forget to like and share this video. As always, I promise to come up with another real-time tutorial with practical case study. Until then, it's goodbye from hbninfotech.com.